What excited the female police officer wasn't her boyfriend who had been waiting outside for her all this time, but the biological evidence left behind by the criminal gang she discovered within the estate. What she never could have imagined, however, was that the boyfriend waiting for her in the car all this time was the mastermind behind this robbery that would shock all of Spain. The professor, the mastermind orchestrating this heist. The professor now wanted to leave immediately. If his fingerprints matched those collected at the scene, he would be taken straight to court for trial, though he had previously come alone to the estate to erase most of his team's traces and deliberately stage the crime scene. His goal was to delay the police investigation. His team needed 12 days to print 2.4 billion euros. Converted into time, even a single hour represented an astronomical sum for an ordinary person. The longer the police spent gathering clues, the more time it gave them to complete their plan. But what the professor hadn't anticipated was that Lascelles would uncover his trap in just 50 minutes. By this point, the professor had been out of contact with his team for 18 hours. Per their agreement, if his team couldn't reach the professor within 24 hours, they would assume he'd been apprehended by the police. If the professor forced his way out now, it would inevitably arouse Raquel's suspicion, so he had no choice but to feign calm and stay behind with his girlfriend Raquel. Meanwhile, his team, having been unable to contact the professor for an extended period, was already showing signs of panic. Therefore, the professor now had to rush back to his command center to reconnect with his team. Just then, Raquel's ex-husband, a forensic expert, arrived at the scene. Raquel introduced her current boyfriend, Salva, to her ex. Little did they know, this very Salva was the mastermind behind the printing press heist. The forensic expert then entered the estate to collect evidence. His gaze fell upon the ashes in the fireplace. Clearly, these ashes were left behind by the team. Most people believed burning could destroy all evidence. But as a genius forensic expert, he not only collected large amounts of ashes, but also extracted oil residue from the inner walls of the fireplace chimney. Burning produces oil residue, and through high-tech methods, human biological information could be fully extracted from these residues. When the professor witnessed this, he grew tense. He must act with utmost urgency. Otherwise, both he and his team's identities would be pinned by the police. Coincidentally, Lakel arranged for the professor to depart in the forensic expert's evidence transport vehicle. The professor welcomed this arrangement wholeheartedly. This way, he could replace all the evidence extracted by the forensic expert en route. Now, all he needed was the right moment to destroy that incriminating proof.